Hey guys, I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and let's talk about knitting socks on a budget. I am a sock knitter apparently. I have in the past decade knit something like 111 pairs, and I love knitting socks. I love knitting challenging, lacy, cabley socks, but I also knit a whole lot of pairs just as mindless knitting to keep my fingers moving and sort of occupied while I'm waiting for other stuff to happen. That could be watching a movie with the family I don't particularly love, or waiting for a kid to do a math problem, because if I have a pair of socks on my needles, I am way more likely to keep my mouth shut and wait for them to figure it out on their own and wait until my help is wanted. So sock knitting is one of those sanity saving things I do when I need to fill some time or when I'm stressed. And I would not be able to knit as many pairs of socks as I knit if I only used high quality expensive sock yarn. If you've watched my videos, you'll know that I am not a huge advocate of buy the best you can afford. I am more along the lines of buy what is appropriate to get the job done. And for me, most of the time, cheap sock yarn is what is appropriate to get the job done. So I was super thrilled when I found out about Drops Fabel. It comes in a whole bunch of colors. Unfortunately, I have used up all of the pretty pinks and greens and cutesy stuff, and my stash is now down to what is left. But that's okay. The thumbnail has pretty stuff in it. And I think I'm knitting the last of the pink right now. This is a sock yarn that, if I had to compare it with something else in my stash, I would compare it with the Regia. But that is not a straight comparison. The texture is similar. The Regia is probably a hair nicer. I would look at this as kind of the Red Heart Super Saver of the sock yarn world. Having said that, I have knit probably 18 pairs with this stuff, and I have not had problems with knots or tangles or any of the things that sometimes come along with yarn. It is what I expect it to be. It is self-striping. The yarn does pretty things. For knitting mindless socks, this stuff is great, and it, not on sale, still runs around $3 a skein. I think it might be up to $3.50. Back when I ordered all the colors, it was on sale for like $2.50 a skein. I am not saying that this is the same thing as gorgeous hand-dyed sock yarn or the high-end sock yarn you will get at your yarn shop, because it is not. It's kind of a workhorse, inexpensive option that, like I said, I love the hand-dyed stuff. I love the pretty higher-end stuff, but I could not afford to knit all the pairs of socks I knit if I only knit with the expensive stuff. I can do mindless knitting if I am stressed and something is going on and I'm trying to burn off nervous energy. We went through a stretch where I was doing a pair of socks literally every 4 or 5 days. If I had to spend 20 bucks a skein, no, that would not have been able to happen. So, like I said, this is a bare bones, gets the job done. Now, I have used it for all the simple basic pairs. Where is the other pair? I've used it for some simple lace. I don't know where those are hiding. This is a pattern called Convoluted Clues. It's got a little twisted cable thing going on there. And I have actually used it for the most complicated pair of cabled socks I think I've ever knit. These would totally be better if I had used a more expensive yarn, obviously. They're not bad. If I had been using an expensive skein of yarn, I wouldn't have had the nerve to tackle this project, because I didn't think I could do these, and these took me forever. So having something lower stakes to work with gave me the courage to try something I didn't know I could do. So If you're looking for something inexpensive to play with, Drops Fabel is great. I bought all of mine from Nordic Yarn, and I just checked before filming, and sadly they're permanently closed, but looks like as of this filming there are still 2 shops in the United States that still sell it. I will put a link to the manufacturer's shop finder in the description below. I know they sell it in other countries. I can't remember where it's manufactured. Not here. I recommend it. I recommend it with the warning that this is not the fanciest, highest end sock yarn, and maybe I don't know. The whole you get what you pay for, how do you know what you're paying for and what you should be getting? There are some other lower cost sock knitting options. Patton's Croy is fantastic. I would buy more of it if it came in more colors. Knit Picks has their Stroll and I have never found a Knit Pick sock yarn that I did not like. There was one, but it was quickly discontinued, and so it's not something to warn you away from today. Lion Brand had one that came in big skeins for $10. I cannot remember the name. The colors were all candy names, but the problem with that is it's really quick to knit your way through all 6 colorways and then be starting over again. Drops Fabel, I think, comes in 30 different colors. They've got the self-striping and solids and lots of options. So I hope this is helpful if you are sock knitting and looking for less expensive ways to do it. And like I said, there are other inexpensive ways to do it. There are a few sock yarns you can still find in the craft stores. You can knit socks with worsted weight and all sorts of other things. But for the nylon wool blend standard fingering weight, give Drops Fabel a try. Let me know, have you knitted with this? Do you like it? Do you have a better, less expensive option that I haven't stumbled across yet? If you have, please let me know in the comments section below, and I will put a slideshow at the end of this video with the other socks that I have knit with this, because the simple stockinette ones, I wear them, so they're not easily available for filming. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and I'll be back with you again with more videos soon.